Well, all right. Hello, everyone, and happy Monday. It's digital host A.J. Wuest welcoming you back to Before the Four. Of course, the live stream where I go through some of 48's top news stories and then some before our 4 o'clock newscast. I say it every day, wherever you're watching Before the Four this afternoon, whether it's on Facebook, whether it's on YouTube, or the 48 Now live stream. As always, thank you so much for watching and spending just a bit of your Monday afternoon here. Now first, let's talk about the weather. We've been seeing quite a bit of rain over the past few days, and that rain is only expected to continue as we move into the week. Let's turn over to 48 First Alert Chief Meteorologist Brad Travis for a look at the weather. Brad?
Well, good afternoon. We told you it'd be like this. It's cloudy, it's gray. We may not see the sun until late Thursday. Again, rain chances pick back up tomorrow. It'll be tomorrow night. But as far as what's going on right now, we're focused on Melissa. In fact, this is going to be most likely the most powerful hurricane on record. Category 5, winds at 175 miles per hour, gusting to 200, and I say on record for Jamaica specifically, expected to make landfall early tomorrow. And again, we continue to think about those folks down there. It's going to be devastating for the island of Jamaica. It'll continue on towards the Turks and Caicos over time, weakening some, but still a Category 2 storm and ends up perhaps close to Bermuda. Here's the latest satellite imagery of this. Very symmetric hurricane, powerful, doesn't look like it has any signs of weakening at all. The only hope they would have is that if it were to make landfall, making what we call an eye wall replacement cycle. Sometimes during that, if it's not fully replaced the eye wall, the winds are down somewhat. So again, that's probably, hopefully they're thinking about that too. But again, big problems down there. 58 degrees around here tomorrow morning. Perhaps some patchy drizzle. Temperatures start off around 50 degrees. The temperatures don't move much. We'll warm up to about 60 or 62 tomorrow, but just gray. Here comes the rain just before sunset, and then it'll continue to track to the east. Kind of loses a bit of its punch, so to speak, around 9 o'clock, but as we get overnight, notice the rain really starts to pick up. This is going to be the influence of this strong cold front coming in, and that's going to significantly keep those temperatures in the upper 40s to low 50s Wednesday morning. And then by Wednesday afternoon, look what happens. The rain kind of clears out a bit. The colder air starts rushing in. That wind will abruptly switch to the south, from southwest to northwest, and the temperature's in the mid 40s, so a real chilly afternoon there for Wednesday. And then as we get into Wednesday night, it'd be nice to see those clouds get out of here, but they probably won't. Here's your daily planner for tomorrow. A cloudy day, temperatures around 60 in the afternoon. Your 10-day forecast. Halloween still looks good, so all this inclement weather kind of stops just in time for Friday. 61 for the high. We change our clocks this weekend. Don't forget Saturday night into Sunday morning, and the sun will be setting before 5 o'clock come Sunday afternoon.
An absolutely devastating hurricane forming down there on the island of Jamaica. My thoughts are certainly with the people of Jamaica throughout the next couple days as this hurricane forms. But also don't forget First Alert Weather Extra. That is tonight at 9:30. You can watch that wherever you're watching Before the Four right here. First Alert Chief Meteorologist Brad Travis. He'll be back here in the streaming center and he'll have all the latest that he's seeing on the radar for the next couple of days. Feel free to leave a comment, any thoughts, questions, concerns you might have. Brad is right here. He'll shout you out on the live stream and he'll work to find that answer for you. You're just not going to want to miss it. First Alert Weather Extra. But now moving out to Morgan County, where the mother of the teenager killed as an innocent bystander in a Morgan County police pursuit has now filed a lawsuit. Court records show Tristan Hollis's mother filed the lawsuit in Morgan County today over the September 6th crash in Hartselle. Rachel Moore, the mother, is suing several people for alleged negligence. Those being sued include Archie Hale, who was running from police, as well as Priceville police officer Gary Chapman, who was chasing Hale. Moore is also suing the city of Priceville as well as an insurance company and several others who are listed as fictitious party defendants. She is seeking a judgment to be determined by a jury. The lawsuit lays out details of the September crash, where Hale ran a red light and crashed into an SUV in which Hollis was a passenger. But now moving out to Huntsville, a man convicted of shooting 52-year-old Joel Brossard outside of a Huntsville restaurant back in 2023 has been sentenced. Now, Kevon Clifton was convicted of shooting Brossard in the parking lot of the Crystal on North Memorial Parkway in October of 2023. It was determined that Clifton aggressively approached Brossard and punched him while having a firearm drawn. Brossard took his belt off and swung at Clifton in self-defense, and that is when Clifton shot the victim. In August of 2025, Clifton was convicted of that murder. Today, Clifton was sentenced to life without parole with the possibility of appeal in the future. If he has any money or comes into any money, he will have to pay the Alabama Crime Victims Commission. But now let's shift gears a bit and take a look at Florence. Now, earlier today, 48 Sarah Grace Kennedy caught up with Florence Mayor-elect Ron Tyler, who will take on the new role in just 1 week. Let's take a look at how he's preparing to lead the city.
What has been a reoccurring theme with all of us is that we want Florence to become and remain the place where our families want to live, learn, work, worship, and play.
Florence Mayor-elect Ron Tyler tells me that he plans to work closely with the City Council to make decisions that will attract more industries to the area.
The economic engine needs a tune-up where we do a better job of recruiting some more industry here and retail here, and we have got to find a way to support our local residential developers and provide the water and the sewer and electricity and the infrastructure there that makes it attractive for them to want to, develop neighborhoods.
Tyler says once more businesses move into the area, city leaders will have more money for public safety, education, and road projects. Right now, work on the Lauderdale County Agricultural Center and a Career Development Workforce Development Center is underway. Tyler tells me this is going to help keep workers and bring in more industries to the city.
The city of Florence will be able to look out to those industries and say we have a cutting edge career development center and a workforce development center, and we are offering capabilities to train employees that's very rare, for the state of Alabama.
Tyler says right now city officials are not prepared to take on any massive industries like Mazda Toyota. He tells me this is because the city does not have the proper utilities to run those massive facilities. That's why he plans to focus on implementing projects that prepare them for big industries that may want to move in.
Sometimes that means spending public dollars with anticipating that there would be future growth. I mean, it's speculative to some degree. We want to limit that risk, but also if you have to prepare that if you want industry to locate here.
Well, good deal. And now we're going to take a quick break, but coming up, recapping the Magic City Classic over the weekend. Of course, the biggest HBCU game of the year, and of course, a great story on building strength and confidence in today's youth. You're just not going to want to miss it. It's all ahead. We'll go through it all in 1 minute. All right, break time is over. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Before the Four. Now let's talk about the Magic City Classic over the weekend, in case you missed it. The 84th annual battle between the Alabama A&M Bulldogs and the Alabama State Hornets. 48 Sports anchor Kaylee Tinglestad lets us know about everything that went down Saturday.
Alabama A&M will win the toss and defer, so Alabama State will start with the ball. But that won't last long. Keon Hanley Jr. comes up big with the fumble recovery on the Alabama State 18. The Bulldogs will profit. Maurice Edwards punches it in for the first score of the game. Edwards would leave the game later with a foot injury. Following that, the point after hits the upright. A&M will go up 6-0. It would be all Hornets from there. Back-to-back scores from Dylan Creech will put ASU up 14-6. Alabama A&M struggling on the ground with just 37 rushing yards through all 4 quarters. Alabama State's quarterback Andrew Body dominated in the first half with 304 passing yards and 5 touchdowns. The Bulldogs would give up the most points in a half this year, trailing 49-6. Eric Hanley would take his last snap in the first half, putting J.D. Davis under center for the remaining 2 quarters. Davis would record a touchdown in the third, but the deficit was too large for A&M. The Bulldogs fall in the Classic for the 4th straight year. 56-13 is the final, the largest margin of victory for Alabama State since 1991.
Worst first half of football I've ever been a part of. It really was. But my hat goes off to Alabama State. Coach Eddie Robinson and his staff, man, they did a great job in preparation for this ball game. And it's all on me as a head coach. I take full responsibility. I didn't have them ready to play today.
Edwards, Hanley, and defensive lineman Nick Glenn all left tonight's game with an injury. Glenn was carted off on a stretcher in the third quarter. In Birmingham, Kaylee Tinglestad, 48 Sports, on your side.
Alabama State 14, Alabama A&M.
Well, too bad the Bulldogs couldn't get it done, but still seemed like an awesome environment for all the fans who went down there to Birmingham. But now let's take a look at this. Building strength from the inside out. A gym with an epic obstacle course is not just about gaining muscle. Lauren Korn shows us how its youth program turns every climb and crawl into a journey of confidence and strength. Let's take a look.
They're like real life ninjas, like Spider-Man.
Climbing, swinging, balancing.
I can do it even faster.
They do it all at Beast Ninja.
All right, let's go.
A training facility packed with a state-of-the-art obstacle course that's as fun as it is fierce.
We teach them the importance of exercise. Obviously, that's very important. You have to be fit to do a lot of this type of stuff. And then we teach them how to negotiate some of these obstacles. Blast off.
Retired Marine and drill instructor Ryan Small envisioned his gym with a ninja course.
About 9 feet. We've got the warped wall. We've got the floating bridge, the slack line, the fan, the orange slice. I could keep going on. We've got a lot of them.
Never thinking that he'd redirect his tactical training
Crush the wall. Get it. Attack.
into a warrior mindset to empower the next generation.
Get it. Some of the kids come in, they're a little nervous and kind of timid. You know, they don't have a whole lot of confidence, but you would be amazed after just a few weeks with us, they start doing things you'd never imagine that they could do.
I'm 5 years old and I'm not scared. This is easy.
Big jump.
Connor Menas powers through the obstacles,
This one's even harder.
thanks to the coaches helping him every step of the way.
Oh, I can totally do this. I like being here of swinging on your swings, balance beam.
A proud member of the Youth Ninja program,
Pretend these are y'all the rots.
where after-school ninjas, homeschool ninjas, and competition ninjas level up their skills.
My goal is to get as strong as I can. Say shoot.
And build new friendships.
And not him, no, not him.
The ever-evolving course keeps the hour-long class on its toes. It always ends with a bold shout of their motto, a battle cry that Ryan hopes captures the heart of the program and the spirit of life.
Everything that they do for the rest of their lives, they're going to have that confidence to be able to overcome that fear. Working with them has been absolutely great. It's been a life-changing, amazing experience. Good job.
To learn more about Beast Ninja and the programs they offer, just find the story under the Good News tab on our website. As always, if y'all have good news to share, email goodnews@WNBFnews.com or message me on Facebook.
Well, good deal. And now let's go into the stories you're just not going to want to miss coming up in our evening newscasts. The latest on SNAP benefits as lawmakers are bracing for a cutoff for the month of November while the federal government remains shut down. 48's Callie Neese will have everything you need to know on that coming up. The latest on the trial of a Lauderdale County judge facing ethics violations and charged with using government office for personal gain. Aria Pons will have the latest on that. And finally, the latest on President Trump as he tours the Asian continent this week. And these are just a few of the stories you're just not going to want to miss coming up in our evening newscasts. And it is 3:56. Y'all, you know what time it is. It is time for Facebook fun. Our 48 Facebook question today. We all know Halloween is this weekend. And some of you might be dressing up for Halloween. Maybe the kids are dressing up for Halloween, going trick-or-treating. There's some trunk-or-treats going on here in North Alabama. So my question for you is, are you dressing up for Halloween this year, or are your kids dressing up? Is anyone dressing up for Halloween this year? Let's see. Me personally, I will not be dressing up for Halloween this year, as I'll be working actually Halloween night. I get off around 11, 12. At that point, it's already November, so let's see if you all are, though. I do plan to celebrate Halloween this week by watching a marathon of different spooky movies. So that is how I am planning to celebrate, as well as I bought a whole bag of candy, so I'll be eating that candy while I will be watching those movies. But let's see if you're dressing up. Looks like Jennifer Lamb is. My kids are going to be Hogwarts students, and she is going to be Professor McGonagall. Hey, you gotta love that. Love Harry Potter, one of my favorite series of all time, no doubt about it. Awesome comment there. Trina said definitely, and you can see her photo right here. She is going as a witch, it looks like. Hey, gotta love it. Halloween is personally one of my favorite holidays. Still think Christmas is probably my favorite, but Halloween, I just love the month of October. It's a bit chillier in the air, a bit of a breeze in the air, and just the spooky vibes, the sweater weather. I just love the vibes of Halloween, I think. And it looks like Amber said reality is scary enough. You know, fair enough, Amber. I feel you on that. But awesome stuff from you all. Well, y'all, that is just about all the time I have for today's Before the Four. But thank you for sticking around. I hope you all have a great night tonight. Enjoy tonight's evening newscasts. And as always, thank you so much for watching. You all have a great night.